So we'll talk about class and objects, right? So what is a class? Any idea?
Mm. So whatever we define.
Right. So class is another way of doing programming, right? So what we do here is we 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 define everything in terms of class. Okay. So in life as well, like when we talk about dog, right? Features on the data thing. So those are nothing but your variables. So it will have some variables associated with it. And then second part is your function part. Okay, so it will have some functions. So in function, okay, what do? You know, you define what we can perform or what we can do as such, right? So I'm going to define a simple class, okay, and I will see how it is actually used in Python. Okay, so I'm going to define using class keyword called class, okay, and then you define a class name. So I say class name student. Okay, so let's say I'm defining a class called student. The class name keyword and colon. Okay, then inside this we define. Okay, so I'm defining class, right? So whatever I'm doing inside the class is specific or common for all the class. Okay, so I define a variable called as say school name, let's say college name. Okay, the college name, let's say I give blank. Okay, I don't give anything. So this is a variable that I've defined with my class, and I can define a function. So function student performance or something. Okay, now you see the moment I open the bracket, it automatically PyCharm has put self inside. Okay, so when we define, when we start using these class and objects, okay, so there are some things. So there are some members. Okay, so members can be variable. Okay, can be a variable or your function, right? It could be your variable or your function. So um, your members, okay, could belong to, okay, could belong to either a class or a object. Okay, could belong to class or object. So what? So class means what we do. Okay, so what we do in the class? Class is members where we define, right, all the members, right, all the variables, and then in the object is when we use it. Okay, so if I say dog, so anything about dog is a class level. But if I talk about a specific dog, if I talk about dog which I have, you know, what I'm seeing on the road, what, so that is an object. Okay,
Okay.
so that's the difference between. So when you're defining a general class, it is the class. Okay, that's a global thing. But when you use it, you can't use class. You have to create object and use it. Okay, so object is what we use it. Okay, so object is what we create and we use it. So specific value is what your object is, and just the definition is your class. Okay, so for example, if I let's say um, okay, so let's say you know the dog itself, right? The dog example itself. So the number of legs, tail, okay, the number of tail, these are your class level, right? So it will be common for all the dogs, right? But if I talk about dog name, my dog will have different name, your dog will have different name. So that's the object level variable. Okay. So similarly, you have class level variable, object level variable. Okay, the color of the dog. Now, color of the dog cannot be a class level, has to be an object level, right? because that will vary between my dog and your dog, right? So things that we do at class level are called class level members. Okay, it could be variables or functions. Even functions can be a class level and object level. Okay, so what I'm defining here, I'm defining a class level variable and an object level function. So when you define an object level function, we put self. Self is to indicate that it is a class level variable. No, sorry, I'm wrong. Self indicates that it's an object level member or function here. So this is a function, right? So it is a object level. So whatever we do here will be specific to the object, not common to the class. Okay. So here I'm simply saying, I'll just simply do print for now. Okay, so I'm going to say print, how are you? Okay, so I've simply created, so so there are 4 types of members possible: class level variable, class level function, object level variable, object level function, correct? And so, but to begin with, we will learn about each of them later. For now, what we have learned is how to create a class level variable and object level function.
Very
Function, this is function, right?
fun.
So it is a, okay. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. So, okay, I've created this class. I've created this class level variable and object level function, right? Now, when I run it, nothing will happen because you know about dog, right? And you know about, so it's like you knowing about class student. But
Yeah.
just knowing doesn't mean that we are playing with the dog, we are dancing with the dog, right? So similarly, to do that, we have to create an object. To use a class, we have to create an object. Okay. So in the main program, I'm going to create an object. So let's say I create S1. Okay. So I'll say S1. Okay. And I'll say equal to student. Okay, and I will give bracket open and close, just like when you give bracket open and close to function, here too we will give. Okay, so we have created an object S1 of class student. Okay, now you see I can call S1 dot student performance.
What is the fact number?
Okay,
Yes, 100.
okay, so we have a student, class, and S1 equal to student. I'm creating object of class student. I've created an object of class student. And now when I say S1 dot function name, this is calling this function here. Now when I run it, I can say how are you is printed. I can create multiple objects. Okay, S2 dot, okay, S2 equal to student, first the object. Okay, S3 equal to student. Okay, and then I can call S2 dot student. I can create S3 dot student, right? And three of calling, so when I call it, you get three. How are you? So each of these objects is a duplicate copy of class which can be used. The duplicate copy of class which can be used.
Yes.
Okay. So okay, so let's say if I give college name here as uh, All India College, something like that. Now, when I say here, print S3 dot student per. Sorry. Okay, so I call it as S3 dot student per. The moment I say S3 dot student per, and when you run it, what happens? Right? So see, it is printing Okay, it is printing. Okay, how are you? Because it is called, but this function is not returning anything, right? That's why it is null. Now, if I print this college name, okay, college name is variable, so bracket will not come. So I'll say college name. College name will not have bracket because it's not a function, it's a variable. So see, you got All India College, right? And of course, you know, if I do with S1 or S2 also, I'll get same answer, isn't it?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is an usage of class. Now we will see the difference between class variable and object variable, and then later we will see difference between class function and object function. So if I define a variable at a class level, it is a class level. Okay, I can create one more, city equal to, let's say, Bangalore. Okay, so it is city is Bangalore. Now I can create a variable here. Okay, and I call it as, so see, the there has to be some kind of distinction between class level and variable, sorry, object level, correct? So when you do not put anything here, it becomes a class level. Okay, and when I'm calling, I can show you, I can call it by our class name. Okay, now here when you're creating an object, okay, you can say self dot student name, let's say. Okay, so what we are doing is we are creating a object level variable. So for object level variable, we are saying self dot student name equal to such a, right? Now since all the object will call the student perf and we are giving a fixed value here, of course the value will be Sachin only, right? It will be same.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me show you one more thing. Here we'll pass name. Okay. Okay. And let's say we pass college. So we are passing two variable called name and college. And here I will say student name equal to name. And here you will say CLS dot. Okay. Because CLS stands for class. So this college name has to be college name, right? Or you can even say student dot college name equal to college. Okay, so though we have a name here, but we want to replace with the value that we give. Now you see S1 will be created, but when you call a student perf, it needs two variable, one for name, one for college. Okay, so let's say
Yeah.
name, I give it as Sachin, and here I give it as college. I'll give, let's say, Mumbai College.
Oh,
Right? Now here I go and I create, say Rahul, and I call it as Bangalore College. Let's say.
mhm.
Okay, and here I'll say uh, Ganguly, and I'll say Kolkata College. Okay, so okay, now you see. Okay, instead of S3, I will say S1. S1 dot college. Okay, let's see what happens. So this is printing. How are you? Right. So how are you? How are you? But you see, when here I'm saying Kolkata College, Kolkata, sorry, S1, right? S1 should be Mumbai College, right?
Mumbai.
Right?
Yeah.
And let me print S1 dot student name as well. Okay, so now you see S1 student name is correct, Sachin, but S4 dot college name should have been Mumbai, right? Not Kolkata,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? See, that is the difference between your object and class level. Okay,
Okay.
object level variables are specific to object. If I say S1 dot Sachin, till I change S1 dot name to something else, it will remain Sachin. If I say since name is a object level, S1 dot name, S2 dot name, S3 dot name, S4 dot name, all will be different. Okay,
Okay.
all will be different. But
Mm.
class level, I told you class level is common for all the members, right? It is common across, right? So, like number of legs, if I tell dogs have 3 legs, that means you
Mhm.
will assume that all the dogs in the world will have 3 legs.
Yeah.
If I say dogs has 10 legs, all the dogs in the world will have 10 legs, isn't it? So here when I'm saying college name is Mumbai College, for all the student, it is treating as Mumbai College because that's a class level variable, right? So
Yeah.
in S3, when I say, okay, Kolkata College, it means it is true for everybody, okay, Kolkata College.
Mm.
Okay, so what happens is first I gave Mumbai, then I gave Bangalore. So Mumbai is removed and Bangalore is added. Then I gave Kolkata. So Bangalore is removed and Kolkata is added. So even if I do
Okay.
S3 dot college, okay, I will get Kolkata. S2 will also give Kolkata. S1 will also give Kolkata. Whatever
Okay.
value that you put in the last, so the same variable, okay, class level variable is not duplicated. Class level functions are not duplicated. Class variables are not duplicated.
Okay.
Class level members are not duplicated. They remain same for all the members of the class. Object level variables or members are duplicated.
Mhm.
Sorry. Object level variables are duplicated. S1 will have separate value, S2 will have separate, S3 will have separate. All these objects will have separate values. Did you get it?
Okay. Yeah.
So, so that's how your class and object level members are, right? Now, you
Yeah.
can create a class level method also, okay, a class level function. So we have seen the 3 now, right? Self dot student name is a object level and self dot student name is a duplicate value gets duplicated. So when I say S1 dot student name, it is different. S2 dot student name, it is different. S3 dot student name is different. Class level variables are not duplicated. So S1 dot college name is same as S2 dot college name is same as S3 dot college name.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now objects are also specific the uh, object. Okay, the functions are also specific to the object. Okay, I can create a class level function, something like this. Okay, so before you create, you have to declare this a class method. Okay, so you say class method. You have to write at the rate class method before the function. It means that you are writing a class level function. Methods are also called as, sorry, functions are also called as methods. Okay, so method
Yeah.
functions are safe. So class method means class level function we are doing. So I say def, okay, def, I'll say college name. Now you see by default CLS got added. Earlier, so
Yeah.
okay, so if you're typing in some not so intelligent editors, you have to type manually CLS, okay? But if you're using
Acha.
intelligent editors like PyCharm and others, it will automatically add
Take it.
yeah, automatically add CLS. And the CLS means that since you have said class method, this is a class level function, it added CLS. Okay. And here I'm
Mhm.
going to say print college name is, okay, and I will I can say CLS. Okay, so when you're using in object functions, you have to say class name dot to indicate class level variable. But since
Mm.
you're using this in a class method, okay, whatever you give here, CLS, you give here CLS name, same thing you have to give here. Just like this, see, when you're using object level function, it says self here and self dot. Similarly, class here and class dot, right? So class name, class dot college name. So now this is an example of a function which is a class level function.
Mm.
Okay. And now here I can go and I can say, I can say, now here, when you create a class level, you can call it by class name dot, you can call it by any member dot. It will give the same value. You can call S1 dot college name. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Call, no, not college name, sorry. College name, yeah. Okay. Did I duplicate the value? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So here I'll say get college. Okay. So now whether you give S1 dot get college is a function, not a variable, right? So I'm going to add this bracket here. Or S2 dot get college or S3 dot get college. Okay. All three will give us same result, which is the last value that we added. Kolkata college, Kolkata college, Kolkata college.
Okay.
Okay. So we have seen example of all four. One example of all the four types, right? Class level variable, class level function, object level variable, object level function. Object levels are getting duplicated. They're getting created duplicated. The reason why we learn A for apple, B for book is for same reason. So if I tell you apple, you will not ask me, oh, what is apple? Is it sour or sweet? Is it salty? Right? Because you have some properties. Now, color. Color of apple can be different, can be green or red, right? So things which are unique to the object will be you can ask me, right? What is the size? What is the size only? But you cannot ask me what is um, the shape, right? Because all these will have okay, all these okay will have same value, right? Or in case of um, in case of um, okay, so what I was saying is in case of apple, the shape of the apple will remain same, right? So you'll not ask me what is the shape of apple. You can ask me size. Okay, you can have big, small, which
Mm.
which kind of apple you have. So those are
Mm.
specific to object, which are common to class will be your class level variable. Okay.
Mm.
So
Yes.
when you log into the app, okay, there is a first problem. I think it's about book. Okay, so can you do that?
Mm.
Okay, the book class. Okay, try to do that, and okay, so do that, and you want to show me? Can you do that now?
So now I'm not having my laptop.
Okay, okay.
I- yeah.
Okay, so if you do that, okay, so you'll get clarity on okay the class and objects. Now the next topic that we're going to talk about, okay, is like the how do you connect more than more than two classes. Okay, so we have some, okay, so when you talk about class and objects, okay, class and objects are used in what is called as, so there are two types of programming, okay, programming methodology. Okay, so first type of program methodology is called as procedural programming. Okay, procedural programming, we write so whatever we have been doing till today. Okay, it's an example of procedural programming, but not entirely. Okay, we use string, right? We use string dot, right? So see that was an object. We were creating an object of string class and using it. So you cannot say that you were using entirely object-oriented programming. Okay, we use classing objects a little bit, okay, but not fully class and object. Now, we have to learn how to do programming class and object, and this is called as object oriented programming. Oops, object oriented programming. So here, as the name suggests, object oriented. Object is in the front. Okay, object is what you create. So when you say string dot concatenate, right, or list dot delete, list dot append. So list equal to list we create, correct? We give that bracket, square bracket. So what we are doing, we are creating object of class list. Okay, we are creating object of class list, and then we start creating members of the class. So when you say list dot append, append is a function which is defined in the class. Okay, and we are creating object of class list, and then we are using that. The same thing going forward. Okay, not try. Okay, you should program using class and objects only. Okay, so always practice, and of course you practice, and if you don't get it, you ask me, right? But more you practice, more you will learn. Okay,
Yeah.
there are some properties of class and objects programming. Okay, so one of the properties called inheritance. Okay,
What's up?
inheritance.
Okay, inheritance.
Okay, so inheritance, what we do is we are trying to, okay, we okay, so I'm just trying to think of a situation. Okay, so let's say you have a okay, so let's say I tell you I have a so you have a class called animal, right? And then you have a class called dog, right? So now and let's say,
And
sorry.
yeah, it's inheritance. I think it means like from like getting properties from my father, like that.
Correct. Inheritance is getting property from your parent class. Okay. So now if you look at animal and dog, okay. Now animal, it will be the parent class of dog. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So there will be some properties which are there for the animal, right? And when you say dog, object of when you create dog, automatically it will inherit some properties from the parent. Okay, and then at the same time, okay, it'll have its own property, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, and then if you talk about cat and dog, they are not connected. They are siblings, or both can inherit properties from parent class animal, right? So
Yeah.
so okay, so let's say we create so we have a class student here, and let's say we have a class called college here, right? So let's say we have a class called college here. Okay, and here I define def college name, right? Okay, so college name, okay, or let's say I say get college, for example, get college, and I say print this is get college. Okay, now you have college, get college here, and get college here. Now you see this is a class level. That's okay. So now when I create, so okay, so these are two different classes. There's no connection between them. They are not parent or child. Okay, if I want to make student as a child class of college, I will say bracket open college, right? So if I say student bracket open college, that means student has become an the child class. Okay, both are class, child class of college. All the properties of parent class will be accessible to student. Now in this case, okay, you have get college here and you have get college here, right? So both are get college, and when I run it, okay, you will get this one only, okay, because when you have same member exactly same, let's say if you have your own car and your father's car, you will drive your car, right, not your father's car. But let's say when you don't have your car, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to comment this out here.
Hmm.
Okay, when you don't have your own get method, now when I run it, it's not going to throw me error. What does it do? It actually pick the member from parent,
Okay.
right? This is get college. This get college is what we have typed here, right?
Hmm.
And so since we said college here, okay, now if I remove it, that means student college are not connected. Okay, okay, so okay, so I'll remove this as well. Now when I run it, it will give error because student has no attribute get college. Since student does not have an parent class, it is looking in the student. In fact, first, even if you put here, bracket and college and tell the student is from college, it will still go back and check in the current class only. But when it is not able to, if it finds inside, it will display, it will give you the answer. But if it is
Hmm.
not displayed, if it is not there, then it will go to the parent class. Since there's
Yes.
no parent here, it gives me error that no attribute get college. But if I add here as college, okay, now it will go and pick it from,
Parent also.
no, yeah, sorry, from parent, yes, from the parent. Now if I give it, if I give this my to local, now you see it is not going to go to parent, it will have it because the class has its own member. When it has own member, it will not go to the parent member.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the property of inheritance. Okay, and see, there's one more concept called as initialization. Okay,
Yeah.
or init. There's a default class not class, it's a function called init. So what happens when you do init method? Okay, so when you create an object, when the moment you create an object, the init function is called automatically. We don't have to call the init function. Init functions are called automatically when we create an object. Okay, so for example, here I'm going to define a init function. Okay, def, the way you write init is underscore underscore two underscore. See this one. So it is underscore
Hmm.
underscore init underscore underscore. Underscore
Yeah.
tomorrow when we talk about it, tomorrow we'll finish off class and objects. Tomorrow we'll talk about what is public, private, and protected members. Okay, what double underscore and inside. But here you see, when I say underscore underscore init underscore underscore, okay, it has a certain meaning for the class. It says that this function needs to be called the moment object is created. You don't have to specifically call it. This is the first value that we call, and the name we say init is because we are doing initialization. Okay, so generally when a baby is born, right, you give the name, right? So all the
Yeah.
naming and the assignment initialization part is done here before you can start using it. Okay, so
Okay.
okay, so here if I say init and let's say inside I say this is initialization method. Okay, now you see I have only declared init, I'm not calling anywhere, right? But when I
Hmm.
run it, you see it is printing this is initialization method. How?
Uh,
Automatically when you create the object here, this will automatically call. Okay, so then you are printing student perf, so you see how are you, then automatically called every time you create an object, the init function is called automatically, is called
okay.
automatically, right? So generally when we do assignment like student name, student roll number, okay, student details. So generally we do that in the initialization function only. Okay. So shall we stop here for today?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.